Hello and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. We are still in Durford Village. We have met Grieving Mother in the previous episode, and we should talk to her a bit as well as level her up to our level. So let's do the level ups first. Alright, since it looks like she's using... is that a dagger or a short sword? One of the two. In any case, she's going to be close range, but since she's a cipher, I would expect her to buff or debuff. So let's see if we can find the correct abilities for that. She's replacing Kana, so I don't remember what Kana had specialized in. Mechanics, that is ourself. We don't need anyone else doing that. Lore. Aloth had lore, but he's currently not with us. Let's go for survival. Why not? Can always be useful. Yes, let's see. I would say it's always good to have one damaging ability, and the rest would be buffs or debuffs. Since we start here, let's go for a debuff. Ice Strike maybe? Blinded and dazed. That would be interesting. Tenuous Grasp is frightened or confused. Let's go for Tenuous Grasp, because the other one is an area of effect, and I would probably daze my companions as well. Because... no, wait. Foe area of effect, it says. In that case, well, let's do Ice Strike. Then Talents. Yeah, well, Draining Whip is probably good. Draining, because ciphers use focus to use their powers, and focus generates by dealing damage with weapons. And Draining Whip means that we do more damage and we gain more focus. Biting Whip is the opposite. We can only choose one of those two. Biting Whip does more damage, but you don't get so much focus. Yeah, you get only a bit more damage, but here... wait a second. That's a bit different though. Because that doesn't make any sense here. The way I understand it from the description is Draining Whip gives you more focus and more damage, and Biting Whip does the same, only that it doesn't give you more focus. But it can't be that way. Because that doesn't make any sense. Maybe that's the usual effect here, and that's the actual extra added effect. That's possible. But I would go for Draining Whip so that she gets more focus gain. Let's do that. Next level. Again, we go for survival for now. Then, what can we do? Level 2 power. Amplified Thrust. Allied target, pierce damage, area of effect, allied target and one foe jump target. The foe pierce damage. So I have to cast this on an ally, and the foe will get pierce damage. Is that correct? Okay, so basically if I cast this on an ally, the closest nearby enemy will be attacked, basically, okay. Mental Binding. Paralyzing, that's interesting. Oh, I have to choose two actually. Let me just click through them first. Mind Blades, this does damage to a foe target and jumps to other targets. Phantom Foes. Need to flank. Okay, that's good. I believe that makes everyone flanked from the enemies, from the foes. Yeah. Foe area of effect. That's really good. Psychovampiric Shield is a damage reduction, I guess, which is actually good for her since she's close range. Yeah. Recall Agony. Causes the target to relive the psychic trauma of an injury moments after receiving it, experiencing the damage all over again. Oh, not bad. That might be good as well, but let me see. Mind Blades gives, like... damage, and it jumps to other foes, so that might be interesting. Mental Binding also, because it's paralyzing. I think I'll go for Mental Binding first, and then maybe something damage-wise. Mind Blades might be good. Actually, I go for Phantom Foes, because it does um, do the flanking. I could go for another one in the first, but I think I'll leave it like that. Next. Now again, Survival. And we have to stay here, so yeah, let's go for the Psycho-Vampiric Shield, so she gets more resolve. And Mind Blades, yeah. And another talent. I could still take Biting Whip. Does not make sense, right? I thought you can only take one of the two, Biting Whip and the other one. Anyways, but we have other things maybe we can take. Psychic Backlash. Greater focus, get more focus, that's nice. Acolyte's Radiance, that would make her heal people around her. Sneak Attack, Esperance Mark. I would go for the class specific ones, which are only those three for the moment. Anything else is not related to the class. Utility. Since she is like in close range, so it might be good to have like Fortitude or Reflexes. Probably Reflexes would be great. Or hold the line to have one enemy more engaged. But greater focus, I'll go for that first. So she can get to her, so she can use her abilities faster. Next, Survival again. What do we have here? Level 3 powers. I have to choose 2 again. Generates a rebounding wave of psychic feedback between the Cypher and an ally that causes crush damage to enemies caught in between. Okay. Fractured Volition. Vivid recollections of past failures to the surface. Hobbled and weakened. Okay. Pain Link. Mentally links nearby enemies to the target, forcing them to experience a portion of all damage the target suffers. So we have to cast it on the ally. Puppet Master. That is actually a really good one, because we can dominate an enemy that can then fight for us and use a lot of abilities, all of his abilities. There, I thought there would be also Whisper of Treason here, but I didn't see it, because usually that's the first level spell that also charms enemies. Charming is basically a lower version of dominating, because with Dominate, they are fighting for us, but use all of their abilities. And Whisper of Treason, I mean, you maybe have seen it, because my main character can use it, charms people. They can fight for us, but they only use their auto attacks. So Puppet Master is definitely something I want to go for. Secret Horrors. Frightened and Sickened, why not? Soul Ignition to do damage, let's go for Soul Ignition. Next level. Survival again. We have to stay here, so let's go for Secret Horrors for Frightening. And another class specific one. Maybe I'll go for the Psychic Backlash. Yeah, I'll go for Psychic Backlash. Again. How many level ups do we have? I don't remember. I didn't count. Ah, no, there it says. Level 7, so one more after this one and then we're good. What do we have here? Body Attunement. Finding the strength of its defenses and stealing them for his or her own. Oh, drains a portion of the target's damage reduction, granting the same amount as a bonus to the Cypher. That's nice. 2 we can choose again. Mindless Cyphers can directly target allies and enemies with powerful soul-focused effects. These powers cast focus, which Cypher will build through the use of their soul. Yeah, but not sure what. Ah, it was not selected, that's why. Impales the target with the lines of pure force, inflicting major pierce damage to anyone in the line of attack. Ah, so basically, if it's a line attack, we can attack several ones, but I would prefer to go on a single target, because, well, she's close range, so if she was a bit further away, that would be easier. I mean, still possible to use, like, of course, if they are clustered, for example, but still. Provides an ally with a mental block on his or her pain, granting a bonus to their damage reduction or regenerating endurance over time. That's nice. Silent Scream. Raw damage. Oh yeah, raw damage is really good because you cannot bypass it with damage reduction. Wild Leash latches onto some characteristic of the target psyche and drains it, granting the same amount as a bonus to the cipher affects a random attribute. Oh yeah. Going in between, an ally superficially takes on the form of a spirit. Their movement is increased and many incoming crits hits and grazes are converted to a less severe result. Well, why not? I think Silent Scream for the raw damage. And then maybe Pain Block or going between. I think I'll go for Pain Block for now. Yeah. And that's the last one. So we cannot update survival at the moment. Maybe I'll keep the points for the next survival level up. Yeah, let's do that. And then we have to choose one. Maybe Wild Leash, yeah, because 10 points stolen. Body attunement would actually let me go for that because you steal damage reduction. And another class specific one, Brutal Backlash. The Cypher Psychic Backlash becomes especially traumatic, inflicting a small amount of raw damage to the target on a hit. That's nice, I'll go for that. Next. Done. Alright, now she is hopefully very powerful. I'll see about her AI behavior. The Cypher begins with a physical attack and then focuses on using powers that emphasize damage, like Mind Wave and Soul Shock. As a secondary emphasis, the Cypher uses crowd control abilities like Eye Strike, Tenuous Grasp, and Whisper of Treason. But she doesn't have Whisper of Treason. Oh no, wait. She was already level 1, right? Obviously, so she probably has it by default. Makes sense, yeah? Defensive, the Cypher opens with a physical attack and then focuses on using powers that emphasize personal support defense like Psycho-Vampiric Shield, Pain Link, Body Attunement, Pain Block, White Leash, and Tactical Meld. If these aren't available, the Cypher will fall back on a mix of damage and crowd control spells. Crowd control, the Cypher opens with a physical attack and then focuses on using powers that emphasize crowd control like Eye Strike, Tenuous Grasp, and Whisper of Treason. As a secondary emphasis, the Cypher uses damaging abilities like Mind Wave and Soul Shock. Yeah, I think I'll go for crowd control, mostly. And use per arrest abilities, and then auto attack. Defensive, I would say. Not aggressive. Defensive. Safe. Alright, that's good. Let me see.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
She has Whisper of Treason, like I said, yeah. It was automatically applied to her. Yeah, really good. Let me see if I can talk to her a bit.
Your mind comes bearing questions, Watcher.
I had questions for you. Let your mind speak for you. I shall listen past the words. You addressed me as a Watcher when we met. Do you know what a Watcher is? There's a slow chill, and for a moment it seems as if she is going to fade from your vision, as if she can't bear to be seen.
The title came unbidden. I do not know why I spoke of it. Yet it seemed the right mantle, a familiar one.
Yet I do not know from where it came, if I have given offense. Oddly enough, it feels like she's not speaking to you. It feels like she's speaking to an audience. The air takes on a curious edge, a chill which persists for a sharp moment, then fades into a dull fear. If I have given offense, forgive me. You would know more than I. Have you encountered Watchers before? I do not know. It is an old feeling. I do not know where it stems from. It was a word that arose from when you saw me. It is said Watchers see much that others do not, and I have been hidden from the eyes of others for some time. Okay, let me ask you about something else. If I have answers, I will share them. How is it to no one can see you?
Their eyes see me, but their minds will not remember past the call.
The call?
My face is like the call of a newborn, hiding the face beneath. And for my body, I am able to wrap myself as a mother cradling her child. I am here, as you see me, but to them, their eyes see only the cloak that I wear, a peasant mother, dirty, shabby, not worth knowing. As a Watcher, you see more than others. To the eyes of most, I am as unseen as the spirits you share memories with.
How are you able to affect minds? I divert the flow of their senses down a different path, to a place easily forgotten. It is not unwelcome when one... sorry. It is not unwelcome when one does not desire the presence of others. The surface of their minds register a figure, but the memory slips away. They see a woman, but there is no desire for conversation, no desire for any questions, and I have none to ask. I would like to discuss something different. Let your mind speak for you. I shall listen past the words. When we first met, how was I able to enter your dream?
I do not know. What do you speak of? If you were in my thoughts, I could not feel your presence, nor do I know what you saw there.
As she speaks, you suddenly feel an odd sensation in your mind, like the blood of the hunt welling up in you. You suddenly realize that whether she permits it or not, you could enter her dream and observe it without her even ever knowing. There is something about her mind, like a weapon's rack, where you could reach in and draw forth a blade if you wished and keep it as your own. And suddenly you find yourself back in your present thoughts. Though you were away for but a moment, she seems unaware of your diversion of thought. It may be one of your gifts, an ability to walk in memories as easily as someone walks upon the ground. Perhaps you'd like to hear what I saw in your memories. A mixture of curiosity and fear wells up between you. She raises her left hand, that chiming at her wrists, quelling the rise within her. She is frightened, but curiosity anchors her.
And what did you see in my memories? I would hear you speak of them.
The dream, the memory I saw upon meeting you. It was you helping give birth to a child. There is a silence, and as your breath falls still, you hear the faint cry of a child in the distance. A newborn child, almost exactly like what you heard in the dream. As you listen, the grieving mother raises both her hands, as if weaving, her wrists chiming as she does so, in a semblance of the gentle turning she provided while the newborn was crowning. To your surprise, you recognize the motions and the words from the memory, even as they are new to you. As she weaves her hands through the air in front of her, the child's cries grow still, yet the sound of the chimes weaves almost hypnotically into your thoughts. The sky seems sharp and clear, and you feel as if you are towering over your surroundings, as if kneeling atop a great pillar, just as she did in the memory. To your surprise, the grieving mother falls, as if her strings were cut, and her knees crack hard against the ground. Her hands never cease moving in the air, the chimes echoing her movements. In a ragged voice, you hear her speak. The voice is that of a much older woman than the one before you, harsh, almost desperate.
Tell me what you saw. Show me what you saw. Where were you?
I'm not a cipher, so I can't actually show her. Was it the forest? I read through it just a moment ago and I already don't remember. Let's say the third one. We were in the middle of a clear forest, with a strong wind tearing through it. No, actually, a huge forest, stretching out beneath a great rock. As she kneels before you on the ground, she whispers to you, hoarsely and even fainter with the distance between you.
The stone of the plateau. Its color. Tell me its color.
God, what I remember, I don't remember it. I do not remember. She shakes her head slowly and her arms collapse, her hands falling against the ground. The film of her eyes give way to tears that move slowly down her cheeks, but her expression doesn't change. You feel a well of emptiness, anguish, but more absence than sorrow. I do not feel the memory. I do not know if it's mine, but her hair falls across her features, again like a veil, and she nods. Not with her chin, but a push in her mind. But thank you for trying. Can I ask about you again? Maybe I will remember this time. There's a silence, and as your breath falls still, you hear the faint cry of a child in the distance. Okay, let me just make sure I get the right options. The child's cries grow still. Into your thoughts, the sky seems sharp and clear, and you feel as if you are towering over your surroundings, as if kneeling atop a great pillar. To your surprise, chimes in a ragged voice.
Tell me what you saw. Show me what you saw.
Actually,
Where were you?
I believe this is... I can choose anything because it wasn't said, so let me continue.
The stone of the plateau. Its color. Tell me its color.
Let's just say something, I guess. It was Silver Adra, its surface warmed by the sun. As you watch, her hands rise before you. She clasps them, then cups them, as if feeling them for the first time, and she stares down into the cradle of her hands, and the chimes sound once, twice, as they swing with the movement.
And what did these hands hold?
The same chimes you hold now. She leans back, as if looking back at the sky, but her eyes are closed, the film building on them. With a slow intake of breath, you feel time become quiet around you. I do not feel the memory. I do not know if it's mine, but thank you for trying. Okay, maybe I have to choose different options. I'm not going through it now, but... Well, other questions maybe? I wanted to know more about you.
And I you. In asking, we reveal ourselves to each other.
Why are you called the Grieving Mother? The air seems to go still for a moment, and time stretches as it did before when the two of you first met. There is a wash of uncertainty from her mind, slowly shaping into questions that swirl and do not coalesce. She does not move. She seems paralyzed, as if you have just wrapped her in a cold blanket.
That is a question for you, not I. That is not my name, although if you wish to hang the title on me, I cannot stop you. Is that what you see when your eyes fall upon me?
So I named you? As a watcher, you may see what I do not, or your mind shapes the thoughts I project into a new meaning. There is truth in that title, but it is not all I am. So what do you grieve then? You must have felt it, seen it. It has as many names as the pain it has caused. As the worlds take shape, they seem to tumble from her, and the wave is great, rushing into your mind. To your surprise, you feel as if you've been touched by the bivouac again, and behind it, cutting through the torrents like a knife, are the thoughts of the grieving mother. There is a wound cut across the belly of the world, a jagged knife that has stripped the stems from men and carved furrows across the wombs of women. There is much I have forgotten, but I can feel the wound all around me. It will not let me rest, not let me be. The children have gone silent, yet their voices may be heard again. Are you speaking of the Hollowborn? The words. There's a slowness of the thoughts, as if the word is being weighed, accepted. It doesn't feel natural to her, you can sense it. Was once unknown to me, as was much of what unfolded in the outside world. When the curse came upon us, I thought it a smaller thing, a thing of communities and hearths. The thoughts seemed to stumble as if on weak legs. It was only when I walked did I feel it stretching on around me in all the cracks of the world. Children have been cursed. I do not think it was something they caused, nor something deserved. That which is inside them has been torn away. I do not know how, but this wound must be stitched closed. The world bleeds forth from between a woman's legs. If this blood is not stemmed, the world will die and grow quiet. Yeah, obviously, if no babies are born, men will, well, how do you call it? No man will survive from at one point. The population will grow, yeah, smaller and smaller until no one is left. Do you know its cause? There's a desperation, a welling fear. You can almost feel her thoughts shivering, and you realize she is as lost as you are on the matter, and then a sudden sharp clarity. I shall know it through you. Your eyes will track the cause, find the path, and I will be beside you. There is no wound that cannot be healed, and if you are truly a watcher, then this wound may be seen for what it is. You saw me where I hid, whoever's hand hands have stilled the world, you shall see them too. What if sealing the wound causes more danger, damage? I will be there, and you will do what must be done. You were given your sight so that you may watch the world, and you will tend it. The children shall have their voice again. If your will is weak, then I shall strengthen it. Lean upon me. You feel a weight in her words, as if her hands are on your shoulders. You feel the questions in your mind lose their edge and become merely words. As I lean upon you, you shall be my eyes, as I shall be your hands when the time comes. What do you think of Durwood and the Empire? Those titles are markings on a map and channel people's minds in silent directions. Such things are a threadbare blanket cast over the world where men and women seek more importance than simply being. How do you see the world then? The world is a field of souls, tilled by Barath's wheel. The thought of cultures and territories do not concern me. The sowing and harvests of the field does. Barath's wheel has slowed, perhaps stopped altogether. Whatever words, titles, laws, and blades do not devoted to carving away the harm or healing that wound, holds little importance for me. There's something else I would know about you. Where are you from? There's a slow chill, and for a moment it seems as if she is going to fade from your vision. Then there's the sound of the chimes bound on her wrists, as she reaches out to the air in front of you, as if grasping it, then pushing it aside. I have traveled far, so far that even memory of such a place is distant. Past the words, the chime echoes in your head, and it seems to echo again, as if falling down a long stone crevice, and never reaching the bottom. The chill persists for a heartbeat longer, then fades. The memory is lost, but I do not feel as if the memory I hold is the same as home.
And I you. In asking, we reveal ourselves to each other.
Let's continue our journey for now. Okay. Dream and memory. Is that a task? Nope. Dream and memory. Learn of the grieving mother's past. Alright. I will have to try again to see if I can get through to that memory, but not now. Let me check what kind of weapon she's wearing currently. She's wearing a dagger, okay. I don't have a dagger. Can she not wear like a saber or a flail maybe? Can I maybe compare that? It's fast. It does crush damage instead of slash damage. Accuracy versus deflection as well. Damage is burn. 30% of graze is converted to hits. That's the thing. If we fight against someone who is not, who is resistant to burn damage, then we have less damage. But crush damage is there, so it might be worthwhile in the end. Slaying. Oh, we can put slaying. Kith, for example. I want to keep that because I need Barath's spell for something else. Yeah. Vessel, spirits, primordial, beast. Let me go for beast because we have to fight an what was it, an ogre or something? Yeah. But it's also Barath's spell. Oh damn it, all of them. So maybe I'm not going for it. But she can wear this one, I believe. That should be fine. Because why not? Oh, that looks interesting. I hope it's doing a lot of damage. Yeah. She's wearing light armor. Yeah, I don't have anything else currently. And she is going close range, but I think it's probably better to keep her on the second line because she shouldn't be like the main tank. We have two tanks here. She can come in afterwards. Alright. We have different quests to do. The Ogre's Lair. It's in the east if I remember correctly. Ayla's disappearance. I think we have to go for outside to find her, I believe. Chancellor Warren at the Charred Barrel in Brackenbury. We have to go back there as well once. Twin Elms is later. I don't know where the cliffs are, and this path is later. Durance is on our way. Saints War Battlefield. I don't know where it is, so we have to find it. And okay, so we have to go to the east now.
Yeah.
However, we already reached the end of this episode as we have 30 minutes of recording time in exactly now. For you it will be a bit less because I will cut it down a bit. I cut down... Actually no, I don't think I will have to cut down anything because yeah, I usually only cut down the loading screens. Anyways, sorry if it was just talking and no action in this one, but sometimes it is that way. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode of Pillars of Eternity. Until then, bye bye.